Hi everybody, welcome to my latest settlement tour at Egret Marina. This location was actually my first video posted way back when. Seems like so long now. Back then I really didn't know if anybody would care. I was just watching a lot of Schooled Zone videos and decided to give it a shot, but I didn't go all out. This is my attempt to rectify that. If at some point you get a little bored, make sure you skip ahead to the boat before you leave. I included chapter tags in the description. I do think the boat is the crown jewel of the settlement and is worth checking out. Well, the guard won't let us up, so we'll have to look at it from here. A bit of a panorama from this side. We're going to go over each store before heading to the farm. So here is our armor store. I was really going for a busy market feel with this one. And usually there's a bunch of people walking through here, but not today. Maybe it's Sunday. Here we have the pickup window for the trading post. I like to put my traders in the postman uniforms, reminiscent of the movie The Postman or David Brin's novel, whichever you prefer. I really love that movie and I've watched it many times. I added the life preservers to the poles because this really is a nautical feel given that it's on the river. My magazines got turned around. I'll have to rescue those anyway before I move on to the next one. And here is a 3-tiered shelf I borrowed from Great Grandpa Gamer. Here is the back side of our clothing store. Got a little queue area. Really tried to clutter up these stores. Give them their own designated work areas. Over here we have the gun shack. You come in here, order what you need. He's not quite ready for us.
Yeah?
Little storage area here. Got our bathrooms, which I almost forgot. Uh-oh, it's starting to get foggy. I'm gonna have to hunt down my fireworks. Here is the kennel area while we're walking through here. Got the cats and the dogs just like my real house. I thought I had put it there, but I had moved it. And there we go. Now we will check out our Caravan Outpost area. I always like to try to do something with them. Here's our first garden plot area. And we have a couple of larger areas, to put it mildly. Really tried to grow a little everything here. It goes on for quite a while. I was watching a video by Fallout 4 Myth 940 about how to do garden plots better. I'm gonna put some of that in my next one. And here we have a robot blocking our way. Typical. Not of robots, but of settlers. I'm not anti-robot. I think they are quite cool. I wanted to keep this existing fence, and the logical thing to do with it seemed to me to lodge the cow, which was already at the settlement. I kind of reinforced it on the outside, and I put the barbed wire at either entrance, so when the settlers inevitably leave it open, the cows can't get out. Alright, let's pop up here real quick. This is a guard area, kind of a walk up at the top. We've got some more junk fence. It goes all the way around the settlement, and that took forever, as they always do. Kind of looks dangerous. Tried to wall it off. Now we will go down here and check out the warehouse. I had a intricate light set up here. But I tore it all out. It was cumbersome. I left the wires in here. It gave it a busy feel. And here is our workshop where we can make anything we need. I think those make good props for the workshop. They look like acetylene torches. Alright. Got our wires all coming together. Now we will swing around here, take a look at the middle area. Here's our security headquarters. And I glitched the monitor into the guard station here. I got that from Oldie Noodle. Alright, we'll check out that boat later. Next thing we have is the bar. Got a light wall. A lot of little things going on in here. Settlers made a mess as usual. Glitched a couple stores in here. This was the original part. I left it the way it was. I liked it. This is kind of an awkward area to work with. It was tough. It was challenging to rebuild this. Here is a fireplace. You can roast meat. This is a photo booth. You can have a seat. Get our picture taken. I made this fallen down area into a ramp. You can go up to the top to the arcade and bar area. This is also unchanged from the original. And we'll go down the other way, the second way. This is our apartment building, which is what the boathouse was repurposed to. So we'll walk around the outside of the two large apartments where we can see where the settlers have stored all of their stuff. And then we'll go upstairs, reusing the existing shelves. Small bedroom. She won't let me in. Here is the living room. Kitchen area. Just mixing and matching a lot of different stuff. Trying to give it a lived-in feel. The more random you can make stuff, I think, the more apocalyptic it feels. Here's another technique I was experimenting with. Putting the rugs on the beds as maybe blankets or comforters. I also took a stab at making ladders out of conduit. Kind of hard to see. Alright, now let's go upstairs. When a settler can block away, they will block away. This is just a storage loft here. And here's the upstairs apartment. Just odds and ends, books, tapes, video games, board games, action figures. And our checkered linoleum floor that snaps into just about anywhere. And the pre-existing shelves turned into a pantry. Go up here, we can get a bit of a panorama view. Oh, guess not. Alright, now let's go look at the power station and the clinic before ending with the boat. This up here was my attempt to try to keep the caravanners from walking over the hill. They always end up on top of that warehouse. And here we have a rebuilt garage door for the power station. Just glitch that in there. You can't delete this. I tried to make it into a garden tool holder. That was the existing shelf. It's where the settlers have accumulated everything they need to run the power station. I used to play around with these a lot. If a generator goes off, the red light comes on. It was a passing fad. They do have cool applications though. The logic boxes and their algorithms. Alright, let's go over. Keeping my head down so I don't give the boat away yet. We'll look at Marina Healthcare. She's got everything she needs to do the haircuts. Even sells snacks. And we can hop on up here. Take a little peek down in the bottom. This is the water purification center. Not a lot to see down there. It's utilitarian. Here's the clinic. They sell items if you need them. And here is a new kind of storefront I made using the Vault-Tec storage containers. Got a couple of interesting things there. And now we will talk about the boat. I got this technique from Fallout 4 Myth 940. I'll put a link to the tutorial in the description. I decided to do my own take of this. We went for a river barge kind of a feel. I made my own version of the conduit ladder. Anything boat themed that I could find. Harpoon gun, storage. I didn't clutter the boat up too much. You'd think with a boat they're going to have things tied down and put away when they set off. So there's only a couple things that they got out to do repairs. And we'll go upstairs, see the captain. And the way that I got him to stay, I pillar glitched, or rather rug glitched, the beauty salon chair into the desk and assigned him to it. So he stays up here doing his job. And we got a window and a throttle. And there's a map on the wall. It's a storage barge, just to move goods up and down the river. We got a gangplank, I guess you'd call it. And now let's move ahead to nighttime. And get a look of the settlement at night, starting with the boat, which I think looks cool with the red lights. I actually kind of modeled it on the boat that June was fleeing Canada from in The Handmaid's Tale after they left Chicago. That's where I took my inspiration. Alright, here's the other side of the boat at night. Building settlements is all about creating illusions. Okay, let's go to the top of the gangplank here. Gangplank? No. Guard station. And get an idea of the nighttime market area. All the nice colors. Cow. There's actually a sitting area above I didn't get to. As a final reminder, we want to remember to visit Dan's Fans over in Oberlin for all your fan needs. Thank you for sticking around to the end.